through growing up, I never wanted them to experience anything like that. And the fact that she's like, what would you do if you saw, bitch, I beat your fucking ass. That's what I would do. Because why are you opening the fucking door for opportunity for predators?
I'm really sorry that that happened to you, Shauna, as a SA survivor. That's why I
Thank
said what I said, because it gets, it's really hard
It's
to put
intense,
yourself
right?
out in the public and talk about what happened to you. And I'll tell you, that's why I think I fully can't stand this girl. She's a trigger. She is a triggering person
Huge
for a lot
trigger
of
for
people.
me.
Remember what I said about she's a Disney mom? She's a full-on narcissist, and the way she shows her love to her kids is gifting and things, materialistic
You
things that
can't buy
has,
love. You
right?
can't buy
But
love.
that is what she is doing because she is a
But
narcissist.
she tries to buy love because she can't excuse their behavior. So what I mean by that is like my mother was never there. Obviously, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. My mom was 14 years old when she had me. My dad is in prison, so I got my little own beef with like Gypsy Rose. But whatever. But
What is
I'm
going
not
on
gonna
in the
lie.
comments?
Like I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
another. By the way, that's another one that needs to be dealt with.
Adriel,
Exactly.
go Stogan. I don't know what to call you at this point. I don't know what's going on in the comments,
Yeah,
but I
host,
don't
what do
know
we
if
call you? Give
is
us a
somebody
name.
like
I
coming
mean,
for
my mom's
Melanie
gonna
or
stay
something.
here, right?
I just appreciate you guys always being
I
diligent
wasn't paying
and
attention.
like calling people out on their bullshit. Like I really do appreciate it because they don't understand what they're doing to people who are true victims or survivors. And no, there is no perfect fucking victim. I'm sorry, Gypsy. There is not, but whatever. Like it just pisses me off because my dad, he's in prison. Like I'll tell you, I went through everything I went through, and I am also Native American, and it was more of like a ploy for like anyone who was like 14 or 15 to kind of use me to the extent when I was just a baby to buy cigarettes or whatever it was, right? Like there was always an excuse. But my dad murdered someone,
Oh,
and that is not okay.
Unalived, hon. You gotta say unalived, otherwise
Oh,
you'll get
I'm
kicked
sorry.
off.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're
Unalived.
fine.
He unalived somebody, and he
tap
went to
the screen, you
prison.
guys, okay?
He went to prison when I was 2, and he had the opportunity to come out, but the fact that he had so much anger and aggression that he couldn't place, you know what I mean? Like now I respect him now, but I didn't then. I would, and I didn't 10 years ago. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't. But it's not an excuse. And what Adriel does is no different than what Gypsy does. And it's like you're playing the field, and you're like, Adriel is more or less like, hey, it's okay to come in, like, oh, push me in my room and do what you want to do as long as you're a single. You fuck off. You're, oh, sorry. But then I still feel like,
I think you could say that on live. I've said it.
well, okay, I'm sorry. I am trying,
You
but
were fine,
like
girl.
I
Hey, you're
am
doing good.
so over like whelmed with like the fact that like I have to now confront like really shit that I never actually had to like talk about out loud.
It's raw. It's raw and it's hard.
You know, like
Hey, Shauna, if you want to add me and message me, I have a friend who does some really great lives about this kind of stuff. He's just absolutely wonderful, and the whole chat is wonderful. And you're more than welcome to join.
I
I
would love
also
to. And
followed you.
if I can't, you just got to do it. Like message me and just be like,
Yeah,
girl.
send me a message because I get a lot of stuff after I get off of here, and then I can just put it on order.
Shauna,
Yeah.
I appreciate your story. Thank you so much for sharing. I
Here
know it
and
was
being able
difficult.
to talk.
I know it was very difficult. I am going to drop you. I appreciate your input.
No, I get it. I understand. But yeah, I mean, like, if I don't, like, I don't know, because I don't know how the shit works, but like, I started writing shit down, and it's so intense. Like, I don't know where I have a platform to talk about what I went through because
Shauna, can I
other
ask,
people make it funny.
has anyone mentioned the term grounding to you?
I do my own grounding from what actually, I'm going to say this, right? I started like manifesting because I got to change my own destiny, right? So I moved from one state to another, and I go out in the yard, and I don't know how to like get away from the fire ants. That's all I don't know how to get away from.
Well, I'm
But
going
I
to say this in
try.
general again. If anyone's struggling and things like that, my inbox is always open, and I have a lot of, well, if I said one, but I actually have two really great platforms that I go with, and you can open up and talk, and it's very positive, and just
Could
know that
you
you guys
just
are never
please send me
alone.
like a dot or something so I know
Yeah,
that that's there?
absolutely,
I
absolutely.
mean, right now it's only it's I said it's only 3 o'clock, but I mean I also struggle from my own bullshit. Like it's been bad. It's been bad. So, I mean, I appreciate you, all of you,
You're
for
welcome,
Yeah,
letting
Shauna.
me
we
come
appreciate
out
you.
and
I
give
gave you
my
a follow.
perspective, because I feel like it was insane for her to do that. Like personally, I was like, are you
Yeah.
serious? Like, if I had the opportunity, I would have just wanted to just grab her and be like, "What are you doing? Like, I get it. Like, you want money,
Just want
whatever.
to shake the
Sell your
crazy out of her.
yes,
I think
sell
remember
your
it's
feet."
frustrating to us that like understand it, but to her she's not going to understand it. I'm going to say this, and this is something else I want to bring up is just if you want to know something about a person, just ask yourself, have they ever taken accountability for one thing?
No,
Have you seen her take accountability for absolutely anything? And
other
that's
than
all you need
twirling
to
her
know.
hair or, oh, never mind.
So, but Shauna, we're going to bring someone else up, and I
No,
sent you
thank
a
you for
little high
having me. I
five.
really appreciate it. I'm sorry I got emotional,
You
but
are just fine.
I
You're
really
fine,
do
Shauna.
appreciate you
Amen.
guys.
You're welcome. You have a good night, Shauna. Thank you
You
for
too.
joining.
Shauna, just know you're loved.
We're here for you. I'm gonna bring up the last guest of the night. Okay.
That really broke my heart when she started when she started breaking. That really like whenever somebody gets so emotional in here and I can see them on the verge of tears, my heart breaks.
Well,
Yeah,
now
yeah.
here's trouble.
Well, I just wanted to lighten it up a little bit. I do send love to you, honey, and I'm so sorry for what you're going through. But sticking out me, I got for you, Bishop.
Oh my
So
gosh, here we go.
anyways,
You better be doing the dance as you're doing
I
that.
will twerk it all. I told
And in
y'all
your
she
car.
becomes
It
a
has to be in your
Netflix
car.
star, and they need somebody to act like her. I will definitely do it. I promise you. I'll teach her how her daddy can never touch his toes.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to calm down before I tell everyone in here to go spam Melanie with corgis.
Oh, Lord of mercy. You better not give that away to her no more. She's got too many corgis in her life lately.
What's
But
your
anyways,
subject?
I
I don't
did
think
want to
you've
come
ever
up
said
here.
that.
Yeah, she's getting too many corgis. She don't need no more. But I did want to address this. Yes, he did get charged with arson. He did set the trash can on fire by the school, and that's why he can't leave state right now. They had the court today, yesterday. Now it's the next day. They had the court yesterday, and of course she didn't go in. She didn't care. She accused that all of them was charged with arson or charged with assault. No, that's not true.
Did you say
Not
she did not go into the court with her
didn't go
son?
into the
Yeah, she
courtroom?
literally said she did not go in and that she didn't care about it. Was making videos during this time.
Dude, I miss everything.
The other night, me and Melanie had went into her live, and we was sitting there, and she knows exactly who we are. And she got mad as soon as I came in, but I was like, "I love you. I haven't seen you since Florida. Your 2 children here in Florida need you to come back home, Mama." Like I was trolling her the whole time with Melanie. Like I said there, I was like giving her hell. And she decided into like 40 minutes later, after we done like left and stuff like this, to talk about me and Melanie and our children on live, and that we needed to go in and take care of our own children because they're sleeping. First of all, lady, you have no room to talk. You are the piece of shit on this app, and I will say that truthfully.
Did she call you and her Melanie out by name?
Yes, by name, and
Oh my
said
freaking God.
our names straight out, Dalton and Melanie. And Melanie's the one that's in here, you guys, that's been commenting. That's the sister of one of the SA victims.
She should consider herself lucky. I was just telling my husband earlier that I respect Melanie for coming on here and doing the voice thing because I think I might have went to jail. And that's
Yeah.
gotta take a lot of freaking courage not to want to rip her head off.
Well, Tuna by the Sea
she
is
likes
what I
hearing
call
her
her.
loud
She looks
perspective.
like Tuna by the Sea. And, she did sleep with 9 people in Orlando, Florida. We found that is true. We actually found that details. And I'm not going to give out the guys' names because a few people asked to not
So
be
we don't
out
need the
here.
roster.
But Stephen Hubbard from Orlando, Florida is one of them. And there's a few other ones out there. And then the married man. So the wife did get in contact and the wife did make comments on certain posts, but there was also other people that made fake accounts acting like her. So you'll have to watch which post is real. There was a comment from the wife on Adriel's post talking about how you and my husband was talking in the next room over while I'm laying in the next room sick, and that y'all met on Tinder, and that you flew him out to New York first, and that when you left New York, you went to Orlando with him. You took all of my money that you had, so when all the money's gone, I hope you're happy. So at this point, she said you can keep him because she's done with him, and that when the money's out, that's it. At this point, I don't think people realize how much money Adriel makes on this app alone, more or less how much she's actually getting in her checks too. Adriel admitted that she spent $10,000, but then she turned around and said that she spent $11,000 to $15,000 on her lease and all of this, and that she spent $4,000 on her GoFundMe. That's not true. Actually, where she spent the $4,000 at was the week that she spent in Orlando. When she spent in Orlando a week, if you calculate the days up, how many days she was there at $400 a night, because the room's $326 plus the resort fee and taxes, which comes out to $402. If you calculate that up for a week, that's exactly $4,000, you guys. Exactly $4,000. So at this time, there's the $4,000 where her GoFundMe went, where everybody donated to her, where everybody gave her that funding. Now let's talk about the battles with 6 Foot, and let's talk about the battles with Tattoo Boy. I won't even say his name because I can't stand him.
See, Dalton will be able to give you guys more clarification because he knows about how 6 Foot does this with Adriel.
Yeah, and at this point, so 6 Foot, okay, he's 22 years old now, and I want y'all to understand this. So 22 is, yeah, anti. I don't like saying his name. So 22 is still young, okay? And I want y'all to fully understand this. You're not fully thinking as an adult fully would at this time. You're not doing the things that you should be properly in life. Money gets to your eyes and you're living that dream in that moment and you're like getting this lavish stuff. So you're like crawling for it. At this point, he knows without a doubt that she's going to have hate comments. She's going to have haters that's going to throw against her. He knows that he's going to get these coins. He rags her too at the same time. If you've watched a lot of the lives, he's ragged her too at the same time. 6 Foot doesn't want to grow up. He does not want to learn on the right way because he feels that if he can treat you this way, it's going to keep you around. But he's going to be slapped with reality at the end of this day, because if this app disappears as they're trying to ban it now, what do they have? They have nothing, and they're going to have to get real jobs. And if you can try YouTube, but not everybody's successful. I'm just saying.
Freaking facts, dude.
Yeah, but at this time, I truly believe that she does have a crush on him, and I want to state this. So the truth came out about the school, and if you want to know about the school, I will message you about it, and I'll give you more details. But there's certain information that I can't put out here because it would be considered doxing, but it's not doxing at the same time because the school's name is legal. Where she worked is legal. You just have to Google it yourself. But she's trying to sue people. At this time, anyways, this is a true story. This is not allegedly. I don't have to say that. I got the proof. So at this time, she was fired for being a teacher's assistant because she showed 8 students her OF page to special ed students at that. So on top of this, when she showed them pictures of that, the school got scared that they was going to lose their funding and that they wouldn't be able to teach them classes no more. And all this stuff was going to go out on the news. So they gave her 2 options. They said, you can either leave quietly or you can sit there and we can go to court and we can take it to the news and we can look bad. Yes, this is all true story, you guys. So
Gave her a heads up. That's how they work.
yeah, so at this point, they didn't want to be called out. They swept it under the rug. They let her go. She lost her career to teaching, doing the assistant and all that. She lost all of that. So she can't do that no more. She was in love with a 14-year-old student. She had several messages come out where they texted back and forth. And I'm sorry, but any boy at 14, their mind's kind of out there.
Does
So at
anyone
this
have those
time,
messages?
She did actually post on a forum somewhere too at the time about what do you do if you have a crush on a student.
yes, and that's where I wanted to get to it because she was talking about
That's what I
herself, but
said.
she tried to put it off as her friend was in crush with a student and that she was a teacher's assistant. There was a whole post about it too. And
Oh,
that's where
freaking
it came
God.
that's where it came out. When all of it came out about what she did, it was sickening, it was sad, it was messed up. So if you're wanting proof, you guys, I post a lot of proof on here of scammers, bad people, truth on my page. I make videos like funny skits too, and I post their actual videos, the evidence, screenshots, everything. Melanie's the family in here that's also been involved in this because her sister is one of the SA victims, you guys. Believe what you need, believe what you won't. Again, if you will join the lives when we actually have all the stuff on big screen and everything up there and other people and her voicemails, then you would really know. She also has an OF page where Coda, it's Coda 420 on here, has been threatening people with the police, and he's been friends with her for years and text messaged her and he slept with her and all this. Well, he is now trying to sue people over Adriel and stuff because we stood up and we called him out because he decided to take rugs and come live and talk and threaten to females and tell them that they can show up at his house and that he gave his house number or he gave his address out. He doxed the person on here in chat, putting their phone number and address. He wrote a woman on Facebook and shared inappropriate pictures to them and told her to pleasure herself with it. But he wanted to act like he was an innocent person. But at the end, we found out that there was messages only just a couple months, which I need to show that too. He did some really bad
Real
stuff.
quick,
And
how many lives did I miss? Did you say that Coda slept with her?
yeah, and he sent
Yeah,
out
it's
her
all
nudie
right.
picture. He sent her nudie pictures unsolicited as a hate crime and guilty conscience to Wondering on here, which is the dude that calls her out too, and me and a couple other creators. And when he sent them pictures out, I don't care how bad Adriel is. I don't care how bad anyone is in this world. You don't send someone's pictures out to anyone as a hate crime. You don't do that. That's
No, that's an
disrespectful.
awful thing to
That's
do.
messed up. So at this point, we have been having to get a few reports done. Myself, I've had to push a few charges on people. I'm getting them started. I had to get a restraining order on this Heather McCord 1123.
Hey,
So,
just by the way, speaking of Heather, I'm pressing charges on her as well.
oh, trust me, bro. I wish
Oh
I
my
could show
God,
you all the
what?
screenshots I got of her. Dude, I could give you every clip of her live.
I know what she did to
text.
Dalton. What'd she do to
Oh,
you?
oh,
Hey,
bro, what
Dalton.
she did? I need to hear this. What did she do to you?
So I've made it very well clear that I had cancer last December. I have a disease called Langerhans cell histocytosis. It's a disease I'm going to have the rest of my life, and it's a form of bone cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Well, can
luckily it
I
was
tell you
benign.
Can I tell you something real quick? So you had a Wicked in here last night, I believe, or yesterday or whatever, talking about this and how to get her taken down.
Yeah.
He's best friends with her now again, and he's the one that threatened all of us to call the law on us and put our names out there if we follow her after I came to him about it. He's scamming people for 5 months now. He's took the same excuse that he was losing his house and his money, and he scammed a lot of us. We all called him out. It broke our hearts. True story. I got screenshots of it. 5 months he used the same excuse back to back, which is posted on this page right here. You can see the screenshots. He asked for money. He needed $1,200. And then he went and friended Heather after he threatened to call the law on us with Leah. And this is true story. Stacy was there. Melanie was there. There was over 200 creators there. And at this point, he is scamming people. He is friends with the enemy. He's coming here and telling y'all one side of the story. He doesn't even know the truth, you guys. He literally listened to it for 3 days and said, "I can't handle this no more. I'm done." And then started threatening people.
Jesus Christ. Well,
Yep.
I'm pressing charges on Heather as well for harassment. She left a lengthy comment on one of my Facebook posts, which she found me out through Instagram. And there's a picture of my head on there where I'm showing the scar and everything, like what was done to my head for my surgery. And it was lengthy, and at the end of it, it said, "You should have just died on the fucking table."
What? Oh my
You
God!
guys.
What?
She did freaking not.
I'm just
I
gonna
beg your finest pardon.
say, Bert,
My wife's
be
seen it. She
careful,
came to
follow,
me about
be
it.
careful you listen to about this stuff.
My wife found it, and my wife was devastated.
Oh, hold please.
My wife
my.
literally came to me
Where
crying.
is that Facebook freaking mess? Where is she?
And
Well,
that's what she and I just the shit she was saying about my kids, because I have, of course, pictures of my kids on there. And
So
she's
Go ahead.
believe that.
she's crazy.
That was enough for me.
I did make a fake account on TikTok called the Illuminati, and I went into her live and told her that we know where we are and we're coming for her.
Well, I want to tell you
Oh
what.
no, I was talking to myself. Sorry, I just had to
So
go delete someone real quick because that was quite enough for. Like, I mean, it's one thing. I'm a very forgiving person, but no, that's too far.
So 200 people witnessed this, and this is from the start to the end, and I can make it real quick and sum it up to you, but I can give you every detail in this. So me and Melanie and Phoenix started off the original Adriel topic lives that was really boosted for a while. A lot of people brought it out and stuff, and family got involved, and other people was talking about Adriel before. So at this point, when we went Phoenix's, I went into Melanie's, they came into mine, and we started boosting everything like that. We had a woman named Share the Love in there. Share the Love was talking to us and telling us that she had all these receipts from the ex and that she had these receipts from the landlord and all of these things. It got to the point where the landlord that she was supposed to move to in Erie on the east side called me. Like, she gave my number out to this dude and all this stuff. So that's how it got me invested. I found out more details. I got proof from the family. I got involved. I got texts and screenshots and recordings. Casper was witnessing it. Melanie, Stacy witnessed it in here. There's a bunch of people that's in here. So Cher went up into her box and was lying on us and talking about us because I called Cher out because she yelled at me on the phone and said nobody was on the internet but her was trying to do anything to get Adriel taken down. And that was like a slap to us because I'm like, there's thousands of creators trying to get her taken down. And you're literally saying this out in public that no one's trying to do nothing but you. Like, hold up, lady.
And Dalton's had Melanie's back from the beginning of this.
And I've
so,
had
like,
I've had everybody that's been there standing with this, going against the whole essay stuff, standing with the victims. Like, I've been there fully supportive. I don't care about the fights with people, the drama on the left side, whatever. I'm there to support.
same
So
for the victims. Yeah.
So at this point, she didn't speak to me. She didn't ask me nothing. She blocked me, and she got banned off of off of TikTok because of the fact that people reported her. She went to IG. When she went to IG, she continued to talk for 3 hours about me. When she continued to talk about me for 3 hours, we was listening, we was watching it. She called me a cult leader. She said that I was going to end up DEAD like Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer. That I was sending everybody over there to hurt her and attack her, and that I've been talking about her for weeks and didn't even know this Heather. I never met this Heather. So roll past this live. She stayed live 14 lives a day about Dalton. Every day, 14 lives. Like, she'd go live. She held a knife up to us and told us that she was going to KILL us. She told us that she could send me to a pig farm. She doxed my children's names and school and address. She doxed my wife's stuff out there. She doxed my stuff out there.
When she did this?
So at this point,
She's never sober.
she's never
Okay.
sober. So at this point, I've posted so many videos here. Go to my page, y'all. You can witness it all yourself. She's literally had people put hexes on me and make videos, and it's fake hexes, but it's just like fucked up. She had famous creators come after me over this stuff for just standing up for Melanie and the family. Like, it's been fucked up. I've hit Reddit, everything. So at this point, we move forward and we're trying to, get past her all this. My grandmother is passing away. We found out on my son's birthday. I just flew to Alabama. It was a hard time for me trying to fly back with knowing that my grandmother had 5 to 7 days left to live. So she used that to her advantage. She came to me and she wanted to apologize. So we talked the first time. First thing that I came up in her box after she said and called me all these names, slurs, downed me, doxing, doing these things. She's like, "Oh, I just want to let you know your hair stood out to me. I think it's the most beautifulest thing. I want to apologize to you." I'm Heather McCord 1123, but she got hacked by Dalton apparently. I'll tell you all the story in a second. She didn't get hacked by me. But anyway, she has another account that's Heather McCord 123 and Heather McCord 623. The Heather McCord 623 is the account she's using right now to post on. Heather and then McCord MCCORD 623. So at this point, her, Lady Gwen, and scammer girl from Casino, all these scammers getting all together. That's funny how scammers stick together. So they're all making videos. They're doing hexes. They're making videos about I'm not going to get into heaven because I'm a narcissist. So they're making a heaven video that I'm not getting in it. Then they're making hexes on me. I'm like, what the hell y'all doing with y'all's voodoo shit?
I just saw the witchy stuff.
So at this point, I'm sitting there and I'm trying to get over it. I'm trying to move past this. And then in the boxes, when she's trying to apologize, she starts cutting me off. I'm like, no, that's not how it really happened. I said, let me talk, let me talk, let me talk. Because she kept getting louder and louder. She said, no, I'm not going to deal with you no more. I'm going to block you again out of nowhere. And I'm like, no, if you block me, this shows the proof and that you didn't really mean what you said. And then she blocked me. So she went back to talking about me and talking about me and talking about me to the day my grandmother passed. The day my grandmother passed, she was sitting there on live talking about me. And they said, you need to stop. Dalton's grandmother just passed. She's went into this whole, no way. I am so sorry. I got to apologize to him. On the day his grandmother died too, I feel bad. So we sat there. I
But
went
then
in, I
brings it
talked
up
to
a
her.
day later.
We literally, we talked. We was calm. We was fine. We was sitting there. I was like, look, I'm not going to judge you for what you said 4 days ago. I'm not going to judge you for what you did. You're welcome in my boxes. I said, you're apologizing to me truly this time. I said, you're sentimental. You're welcome to come over. I won't tell people to block you, nothing. We go to sleep. The next morning, she's live talking shit again. She's showing Wicked and Melanie's live where they're talking about Adrielle and said it was about her. And her excuse was, well, since they said it, I can play it. Went and played it. And everybody's like, no, that's not about you. Like Casper was there, even said it. Like, he's like, that's not about you. Like, that was about Adrielle. What are you doing? She's like, well, still, I can talk about it. And he's like, if you're not in that and it's not about you, don't bring it up. It's not point. It's no point there. She's like, no, I'm still going to talk about it. So then she goes into threatening us. She goes into telling us that she's got a lawyer. And then the next live, she says, well, I don't have a lawyer, but I'm going to get a pro bono lawyer. The next live, they asked her, they said, well, did you get your lawyer? She said, no, but I'm going to try to get my lawyer. Then at the very end of that live, she said, well, since y'all are live talking about me, but even though she was live talking about us, saying our names out, bashing us, threatening us, all this other stuff, we was watching it, and all we was doing is replying, laughing, like, really, go ahead and call the law. Go ahead and do this. So at this point, she said, I'm telling my lawyer and y'all are gonna go to jail. Okay, whatever. You do your best. Okay. So now she's made all these videos and she's calling other people. Well, today on her videos, she blocked her own daughter, bashed her daughter, which is her real daughter. Actually, gave her daughter away years ago. Her adopted daughter found her on TikTok, tried to come to her and talk to her.
Whoa, this is one of the ones
her.
I missed. Her own daughter?
She blocked her own daughter, and her daughter had to make another account. Said, "That's fucked up, mom, that you blocked me." And
Okay,
talked
what do
about
y'all started? You got to start giving me the tea while I'm at work.
it's all on my
because what the
page.
fuck?
It's all on my page here. It's all on the page here. Go watch the videos. So at this time, she done blocked her daughter. She done fucked it all up. She's literally done messed everything up with everybody. And at this point, I'm like, yeah, she has a daughter, and she gave her away and talks bad. She's like, well, even if you're my daughter, comment some state you lived in, comment as town you was in, comment when I gave you up for an adoption. Like, threw that in her face. And she's like, I'm not gonna dox my own self. She's like, well, then message me because I don't believe you. Block. I went, are you
Mother of
kidding?
the damn year.
I
And she
said, are
talking
you
about
kidding
Adrielle.
me? And that's posted public on her Heather McCord 623 page. Like, it's, go to Heather McCord, Courtney. Go to Heather McCord 623. Okay, read the comment videos and her daughter's comment, and you can listen to what she said yourself. I'm not lying. Go to yourself
Yes,
right now.
Courtney,
Right
I
now.
can tell
Heather
you, I've
McCord
followed
623.
Dalton for a very long time,
Yeah.
and he can get spicy when he's picked at.
Yeah, sorry. I get
However,
riled up with them because my family's been doxxed. I've been
Yep.
threatened.
Yep.
Like, they have literally tried to threaten me with the cops. They was gonna KILL me. They
Yeah, this girl
held
has
a
done a
knife
lot
up
to
to the
Dalton.
screen. Y'all, it got dangerous. It's not like I can just talk about it like it's just a debate and talk about
And
like
I want to
it got
point out,
scary.
she sent that message to him apologizing, but literally not even like a day or two later. So if a couple days later, because it would have been that Thursday, the day of, she's on live, mocking, being like, "Oh, his grandmother died." Like, that's just like the worst kind of thing to do. And there's people like I went back and forth and watched. I never even talked to the girl, and she blocked me. And that tells you that she did not want people who saw both sides to be able to speak.
Yeah, it's the worst part about all of this, and it's kind of funny that Dalton's sitting here telling you this side and everything, but the host itself just opened up and said what he went through, and all these creators are coming forward what she's doing to him and what she did to her daughter. And she started off using Adriel as a benefit. And this is how sad she went her lives. So she said she was an advocate and that she was an SA advocate, that she was against it and that she was standing up for the victims and had Melanie there, that she was using her as a clout, talking about her constantly saying, I'm standing up for Melanie, I'm doing this. A couple of days later, she's like, I think the kids are lying. I don't think anybody jumped the boy. I don't believe that this happened to the girls. I don't think they really got SA. And she went off about it. Then we turned around and the next time she started, Melanie, I know it's hard for you, love. I'm just telling the truth, and you know this. At this point, when she came back again and she was like, well, no, I didn't mean that. I really stand up for them. I have back. I'm going to support them. Well, this is how bad she also went. She went on there and said that I made fun of people with cancer, but the bad part was she said I made fun of a kid with cancer. I had prostate cancer myself, you guys. I had third stage. I beat it. I'm 5, almost 6 years clean of it. Thank God. But that's the saddest reality, is that someone would make a joke out of that. Well, she turned around. She bought a bag of this boy that died with cancer. And she tried to hold it up, playing this like, let me show you what I bought. But even though I said this, it makes me a better person because I bought something to support it now. No, when you go and do something bad, you can't buy a flag to support your country when you done bombed half the country and talk shit. Like, that's the reality I saw it as. And when she bought it, she was just like opening the bag and trying to force it in your face. Like, I got this for him and I got this for him. So how am I going against cancer? And we all witnessed her say it. And I'm like, why would you say this about people? Like, people on this app really go through mental struggles. They go through disabilities. They go through challenges at home. They go through bill problems, struggles in life, ups and downs. And one trigger can set someone off. And yes, that's the same way with me, is because my family is the most important thing to me. My friends on here come second, yes, but my family is my all. It's my family. It's everything. And there's no reason to bring a 1-year-old, 2 7-year-olds, and a 13-year-old in it, including my wife. When she's not been here, she's not done nothing, she hasn't said nothing. So when you go in that low and you try to target someone's family, you try to pick at their little things that you try to hurt their life with, it doesn't go from just a TikTok debate anymore. You're causing them harm, and you deserve to be not only arrested, kicked off the app, you deserve to be shown to the world who you truly are, so no one supports you, no one wants to have your back, and you deserve to rot. And that's my truth. That's my truth.
Yeah, I'm not usually a person who's gonna sit there and say, "Oh, you should pick one side or the other," because anyone who knows me knows I'm a firm believer in talking things out, talking with people. But there's no talking with Heather. That woman is a complete psychopath.
Yo, she is
God,
off.
if you
She
get
is
this
off her
thing.
meds, man. Like, she is.
I'm
Hey,
so sorry
Dalton.
she even said that to you. You matter, and you never
No,
like. I hope
what-
you know that you matter so much.
Dalton,
Oh my
sweetie pie, I'm
god.
going to interrupt you. Do you know how to tell him how to expand my box? Because I haven't done
Yeah.
hosted a live in a while.
Yeah, so
Yes,
if
Dalton
you're
could tell you all this.
Thank
He's
you,
the
the
Dalton.
live
host,
king.
the
I know.
host,
Thank you,
when you're
Dal.
here, like when you're hosting the live, at the bottom left, exactly where you,
There you go.
never
So I just
mind.
want to have this up so you guys can see. This is on the left is like the day and then the month and then obviously the year. And this is what she makes on her lives and battles. This does not include her creator fund that she gets, and it doesn't include her GoFundMe and things like that. But this is
I
just to give you guys an overview. This is really how much money she's making. And I don't have the total on this one, but last month was almost 11 grand just
So
from lives.
I've totaled up the month of June. She is over $5,000 on lives and gifts so far for the month of June.
Not only that, but I have the picture and I've shown it. I'll have to go back through a million screenshots I've got lately from every other drama. But I have her picture of last month where she bought her followers and her views for her live, the fake accounts that come in like bots when you're doing the TikTok shop. She spent $9,000. Yeah.
I would cry if I had like $9,000.
Do you remember, Casper?
A
Do you
lot
remember
of
when I
people's
put up that
lives.
picture of all of the days she bought her follower views and when she bought the interaction and then the live view? It was gross.
Oh, Dalton, now that you're in here, maybe you can answer this because I asked it earlier and we're really kind of unsure, but you know more about this stuff. So, what is her marketing strategy when it comes to this? She sits there and gets this money, and then she turns around and spends hundreds of dollars in, like, buying views and followers and stuff like that. What is that like? A mechanism? Is that what is that?
Okay, let me break TikTok down to you. So if you are on the creator fund, every 1,000 views counts as viewpoints if you're over a minute long video. They only have to watch just a couple of seconds, up to 5 seconds, for it to count as a view. The longer they watch, the more active it gets, and it gets pushed out there more. So she's making money not only from her videos. You know, I have a 200,000 account. I know how it works. So she's making money from her video views. She's making money from her lives. She's making money from the battles. She's also making money from all of the exposure of the videos that's been tagged to her, because every time you tag her, it still tags to her, and every time you get that view, it still calculates to her. So then you got all the extra things she's doing. Her OF, all of the other accounts that she has, Instagram, if she posts a minute long, they're starting to pay there now. She's got a Facebook that she does certain things on. She's getting paid from that. Also, she gets a $10,000 check once a month. She admitted that she gets a $10,000 check, and that she started a new GoFundMe for her furniture, y'all. That's what I don't get, how she starts another one, and you think
Is that verified?
Did I miss that in your live or something? She
yeah,
started
when we were
another one?
talking about it earlier. Yeah, they posted a couple of videos on here with the screenshots of it where she had it behind her at one time, and that it was her new GoFundMe, and that she was asking for furniture, a couch,
Oh my
a
god.
bed.
I
It was
thought
a
that's what the
couch.
first one
Let's
was
see
for.
what I
She said,
remember
"Oh,
what it
future
was. It was a
donations."
couch, a bed, a chair, one of them like recliner chair things that like you saw in. Yeah, there's a few of them. Yeah. Yeah, we was talking about that earlier in the live and the videos and stuff. If you type on here Adriel Sigler's new GoFundMe, it should come straight up in the videos, you guys. I think that's actually how I found it.
To be honest about the tax things, guys, I don't think she's a dumb girl. I think she does dumb things, obviously, but we talked about this earlier. I think she's very smart. I think will you give me a drink? I think she's honestly telling people, oh, I forgot to do this with my taxes. Or I think she's just saying it just to say it, just to get people's attention. Because I think she does probably truly know what would happen
Very
if
worried
she
about her.
messes
She's
around
very
with the
worried about her
IRS.
credit score.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
agree with you on that.
that's pretty much the sum of just like cutting it up. Like honestly, with all the details, like if you really want to see, come in. I have a lot more screenshots. I have a lot more things I can put up, but that would take like an hour, you guys. And I'm not joking. Like it's a lot of tea, a lot of stuff. Just check it out. Check the lives out if you want to see how it is. But I'm gonna
And
drop
I'll post
down.
updates on mine too.
What was that?
Thanks,
TikTok?
Dalton.
You're
We love
welcome.
you.
But if y'all want, if
I said
Melanie
this.
wants to and she's up to it, I think maybe y'all should give her a chance to talk to, as she's the sister of
I
one of
don't
the
know
girls.
how long the host wants to stay on here.
I just figured she really needs a
I
voice in all of this,
know-
since it's her family involved too, you know.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. I'll see y'all
I
later.
will be
By the way,
posting updates
just
to
so
things.
everybody knows real fast, I just went through GoFundMe. I don't see the new GoFundMe up yet.
All right. Well, I will go and find
I
that
didn't
video
either,
again,
mate.
and I will share it to you. And I'll
would
tag you in
appreciate
it,
that.
y'all, because that way TikTok, TMZ, we follow each other, so that way you can post it yourself. But I'll go back and look for that video and find where it's at.
Awesome. Thank you, Dalton.
Of course, she's battling right now. That's all she does, y'all. She never's gonna change.
Hey, Dalton,
Yeah.
do you mind sending me? I'll probably message you. I want to see the school stuff. You know
I
how
got you.
interested I am. I want to see that.
I got you, y'all. See y'all.
All right, thanks, Dalton.
So for those who you can do this with any creator. So it's TikLeap. It's just TIKLEAP.com. I think it's .com. I Googled it. I'm not sure. But you can put in any creator that battles and stuff and does lives. You can put their @ in a search bar and it will show you that daily stuff. So you can keep track of anyone.
Yep.
I mean, y'all should have been some
It
investigators.
seems pretty accurate.
Y'all should have been some detectives in your life.
I
Dang.
will
Look,
say, I will
found that
say, it
because
is
somebody
accurate.
posted it on Reddit for Hippie Harley. So
I am glad that he came in here. I knew earlier when we were talking about that stuff. I was like, that's why I was like, where's Dalton when you need him? Because I know he just knows all the things about this dang app.
he spits it out better than I do.
Yeah, that too. I'm always stumbling out. He just knows how to talk.
And he's just sassy. You know, you love the news with a little sass. I'm pretty laid back, but you love the news with a little sass.
He comes with receipts as well. You know? So
Yeah, and that's the most respectable thing is, say something, definitely
it
come with receipts,
called?
and Dalton always does.
I think this has been a pretty successful and engaging live tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone being in here, and
Please.
thank you for letting me come up here. I really appreciate it. I
No,
tend to
I
not want to do boxes, but if I can get information out there, I just think it's important.
you're
Well, it
always
was nice to
welcome.
talk to you actually, because I've seen you TikTok TMZ. Like I've said, like I've liked your videos. I've seen you on my For You page. So it was, and I think this is the
look,
first
I
time
stay
I've.
pretty quiet because on my last platform when I did this last fall, some pretty awful things happened to me, and I got dragged for stuff other people were doing, and I'm just very nervous about stuff. I'm very careful about who I talk to now. It was just awful to
I
go
get
through, but I
that.
had to remember the whole time, like I never did those things. I'm not a cruel person. I don't like I said, there are situations where you go real life and there are situations where you don't, and people take it way too far on this app. And it's very scary doing awareness because a lot of people do come at you.
Well, and it's a communication thing too. I've noticed a lot of people, you know, especially when things are just like people tend to like attack. And I get that because I'm the same way. Like I'm like non-confrontational, so I'm like, oh no, can we talk about it?
I don't know if you guys know this as well, but I'm sure you guys are aware. I have offered Adrielle $600 for 20 minutes of her time.
Maybe we should double it. She's greedy.
Well, if we're gonna double it, I want 40 minutes.
The thing is, even if you got it, man, she wouldn't be honest. Like I said earlier, you know, everybody has that click point in life where they're like, okay, I need to grow up. I need to do this. I don't think she's gonna have that click point. She
I don't think
like
so either.
she's just so stuck in her own imagination that I don't unless she gets locked up, then maybe she'll get forced to have a what the heck? What is this?
That's-
Sorry, I
that's
know the
the
comments are
Tick
hard
Leap
to read,
website.
but this is the website up here, the Tick Leap, and I just grabbed a screenshot right now. So this is
Oh,
currently
okay.
like the #1 rankings, and look at the #1 ranker for it. And this just reset, you guys. It reset at midnight.
It resets at midnight. Yeah.
So yeah, in what 2.5 hours, this is already rankings. So just I mean, it's I think it's important for people to understand how much cash is actually spent on this app.
It is a lot of
And there
these.
are good creators. There are actually creators who do create and are artists. But
I
and
pay it forward. Whenever I get gifted, I do that exchange thing so I can just gift others. But I mean, again, I guess I'm not raking in 10 grand. So
Yeah, but the whole thing here is that we know what she's making. There is no reason for a GoFundMe.
no, there never was.
There's no
And that's
reason.
and that was the point for me was it's not the fact that you asked for a GoFundMe, girl. It's the fact that you straight up manipulated and lied about the situation as to what happened with your kiddo and then asked for the GoFundMe under those false like pretenses.
Yup, exactly.
well, and some of it's rage baiting, right? She knows that it's going to garner views and that's all she wants. And you know, when you look at people with this type of personality, you know, they're able, she even said like she said at one point she was lonely. Well, she goes, because I think it was in that interview or whatever, the questioning that guy did, she said that, you know, she feels loved when she comes on the app. Well, and then she's able to block out all the people trying to tell the truth. This is a very scary way for someone to live. I'll just say that, where they can live on their phone in front of a camera, block out the people who hate them, and just, you know, I mean, yes, you should block out people that hate you. Don't get me wrong, but
But they're
Get
not
my words
taking
all
any
mixed up.
accountability. It's different when, like I said earlier,
it becomes very
it's different when
easy
you need to
for
block somebody for
narcissists
your
to
health
work on
because
this
you're
app.
like, hey, this is my health at risk. And it's actually like, you know, a two thing. But when you're somebody who like with her, there's just no rhyme or reason. She does these things for attention and then cries about it when she gets it. Like, you wanted it.
So I think this is a good time to cut it off. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty late here. So
Yeah.
but I appreciate everybody coming in and sharing their stories. And I will say, if you are a victim of SA, my wife is a counselor, and she talks to people and helps them work through the trauma that they have gone through. And I'm more than willing to lend her services to you. She does it for free.
Oh, that's very lovely of her.
And we have good groups on the app that have really, really great lives together. So I said, like I said, anyone can message me and I can get you that information. also just know you guys are loved and cared about, and we appreciate you being here listening.
Yeah. So thank you again, everybody. Have a good night. Be safe. And please remember this for anything.
Sleep
That
tight.
the GoFundMe is in my bio. And that the GoFundMe is staying in my bio. All right.
But don't click the pink
Good night,
circle
you
because
guys.
he won't be
Come
live.
visit us again, okay?
All right. Good night, everybody.
Go have
Bye.
some